let's talk about something that I think we've all felt. You have a deal that feels like a sure thing. The conversations are great, you're putting in the hours, and then suddenly it just goes cold. It vanishes. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things in business, right? But what if the reason it fell apart isn't what you think it is?
This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. It's a bit of a mind bender, but it completely changes the game. See, the deal didn't collapse at the finish line. The hard truth is, it was probably never a real deal to begin with.
So here's the crucial shift in thinking. We pour so much energy into our sales pitch, into our closing techniques, but we're missing the most important step at the very beginning. We're busy trying to convince people when we should be focused on simply discovering if there's a real opportunity there in the first place. And that leads to the big question you've got to ask yourself. All those follow-up calls, all those emails, are they actually moving you toward a sale? Or are you just having a series of pleasant but ultimately pointless conversations? And trust me, there is a world of difference between the two. But here's the good news. There's a really straightforward way to tell the difference. A simple, powerful framework that just cuts through all the noise and helps you spot a genuine opportunity. And it all boils down to just three things. And here they are: budget, authority, and timeline. Just think of these as a three-legged stool. If you take away even one of the legs, the whole thing just tips over. So let's quickly break down what each one of these really means. Okay, first up, budget. This one is an absolute non-negotiable. The question isn't, could they find the money? It's, do they have the money set aside for this right now? If the answer is no, then you're not talking about a deal, you're just talking about an idea. Next is authority. And man, this is a trap so many people fall into. You could have an amazing chat with someone who absolutely loves what you're offering, but if they don't have the power to actually say yes and sign off on it, your deal can get lost or watered down before it ever reaches the person who matters. And finally, number 3, timeline. Is there a pressing reason for them to act now? A problem that needs to be solved? A hard deadline they're up against? Because without that urgency, even the most interested person will put it off. And you know what later usually means? It means never. So let's just put it all together. You look at these 3 things as a checklist. No budget, no purchase. No authority, no decision. No timeline, no urgency. So when you've got all 3 missing, what do you really have? This just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? On the left, you've got a real deal. All 3 boxes are checked, it's ready to move. On the right, you've got a conversation. It might be a friendly one, it might even feel productive, but it's not going anywhere. Seeing this clearly, well, it changes everything. So what do you do about it? Well, the solution is a fundamental shift in your whole approach. You need to stop chasing every single person who shows a little interest, and you need to start acting like a filter. Your job isn't to convince the unwilling, it's to find the ones who are ready. And when you make this shift, the results are pretty amazing. You're focusing only on real opportunities, so naturally your conversion rates go way up, you start working with better, more serious clients, and all of that leads to faster and much more predictable growth for your business. Now, this is a super practical tool you can use today. Think of your pipeline like a traffic light. Green means go. They have budget, authority, and timeline. You move fast on those. Yellow means they're interested, but something's missing. You stay in touch, provide value, but don't push. And red, they're not ready. You follow up much later, but you do not chase. Simple. This really just sums it all up. Real, scalable success doesn't just come from being a better salesperson, it comes from being a better filter. It's about being disciplined enough to focus only on the opportunities that are real from the start. And listen, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is the practical, foundational approach we take at MRZ Canada. We concentrate our expertise on properly qualified opportunities because that's how you build a strong business, avoid costly mistakes, and set yourself up for real, sustainable growth. Our entire process can be boiled down to these 3 words. First, we analyze the situation to see if it's a real opportunity. Then, we strategize the smartest path forward. And only then can you realize the actual results. It's a disciplined process that just plain works. So the big takeaway today is this: stop wasting your most valuable resource, your time, on conversations that aren't going anywhere. Start focusing your energy on real deals. If you're ready to build a more powerful and predictable growth strategy, visit us at emersczcanada.ca to learn more.